ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Kingdom Group's Kingdom Coffee Talk on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. The time now is 8:30. I hope that everybody has taken your dinner or are in the midst of having dinner, you know. So really thank you once again everyone for coming in. I mean, as you all know, Kingdom Group, we do Kingdom Coffee Talk every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. So our topics range from different um, interests, different topics of interest to different people, so that we can get as many people as possible to come in, to participate, to listen, and hopefully we can actually share with as many people as possible. All right. So my name is Clement. My name is Clement, and it's really good to have all of you here. So as tonight, I will be the host for tonight, and guess who is the guest? And guess who is the guest? Well, yeah. So I will be the host and the guest tonight. So tonight will be a live sharing on insurance, why you don't need it. All right. So because today will be a live sharing, so I will be the host and the guest. And of course, I will be looking at the screen and looking at my notes throughout the whole session, as I am supposed to talk and answer to myself. And of course, hopefully to everybody here. All right. So today's topic is actually very interesting. Today's topic is very interesting because we're going to talk about insurance, why you don't need it. Have we actually ever thought about why do we need it or why we don't need it for insurance? All right. So I think that will bring us to one thing that we will share, that I will share with everybody here tonight. Let's talk about what is insurance first, because after we talk about what is insurance, then we can see that whether we need it or we don't need it, or we literally don't need it at all. All right. So I'll be on my phone, I'll be on the screen. So if anybody has got any questions, yes, please, you can just bring it up impromptu. Along the way as I do my sharing, we can talk about all the questions that come in as well. All right. So once again, thank you very much everybody for coming in. I hope everybody's tummy is filled. If your tummy is not filled, please feel free to eat and listen to the sharing for tonight. Insurance, why you don't need it, right? So let's talk about what is insurance first. First and foremost, let's talk about what is insurance, right? Insurance comprises a few things, a few elements, and after we understand what is insurance, then we know whether we need it or we don't need it. All right. So the first element that we want to talk about when it comes to insurance is generally, when it comes to mind, when we talk about insurance, the first thing that everyone will always think about will be protection, right? So what is protection, and why do people buy insurance for protection? Why do people buy insurance for protection? Can Okay, hi Matt, hi EJ, hi Eugene, hi Jen, hi JK, hi Frank. So yeah, why do people buy insurance for protection? Before we move on to the part where why you don't need it, right? So people buy insurance for protection for many different reasons. All right, people buy for many different reasons. So protection, what does it encompasses? Protection, because as we go along in life, we want to have a mode of transportation, which is our car. We want to have a roof over our head, which is our house. And of course, we have many other expenses as well. So when we want to have a mode of transportation, or we want to have a roof over our head, definitely we will have mortgages. So generally, people purchase insurance, or insurance when it comes to protection, right, is to protect against your mortgages, your car loans, your home loans, It can be one housing loan, two housing loan, maybe even three home loans, housing loan, home loans, any way you can say it. So the protection part is to cover all these loans, credit card loans. Some people may have taken up a personal loan. So generally, the protection part is for all the loans that you have taken up. Because if you were to migrate to heaven, then the insurance will take care of settling all these loans to whichever financial institution that you owe it to. All right. So besides that, what other elements are we talking about? When it comes to protection, what else does it come to mind? All right. So protection in another way, after covering all the loans as protection, it can also be then comes under the protection umbrella what we call gift of love. Because once insurance takes care of everything, it covers all our loans, whether or not is there enough insurance money, insurance proceeds to pass it on to our loved ones. Because different people have different people, they are at different stage of life. Hence, for example, like for me, right? I'm a dad, I'm a son. So being a dad, of course, I have a family of my own. So for me, when it comes to protection, I will purchase insurance to take care of all my loans. And after all those things they are settled, I would like to leave the proceeds or some of the proceeds to my family, my wife, my children, so that they can go on with their lives. Their lives are not affected if I migrate to heaven and I enjoy myself in heaven, right? Because we do not want to migrate to heaven and leave a mess. I've heard before, you know, if a person passes on without insurance, he should come back and see the mess that he or she leaves behind. So, well, but tonight we will say why you don't need it. So we are on one of the first element of why, what is insurance? So it's protection. Second, medical. Insurance also is for medical. What is medical? Why are we talking about protection, medical? Because like I mentioned, we have to understand what is insurance first before deciding whether we need it or not, right? So when it comes to medical, what is medical? Medical is so important during a time like this now because of the whole COVID virus has mutated into the Delta strain and everything. So what does medical encompasses? Medical means under insurance, as long as hospitalization is needed, then you utilize your medical insurance. But besides that, there are also daycare procedures, which like your cataract. When you need to do your cataract, you are not hospitalized, but you will still get a guarantee letter to do. So that is also part of medical. So insurance encompasses protection first and foremost. Second is medical. Third, third will be critical illness. So what about critical illness? Some people always say, I already have medical. Why do I need critical illness? Why do I need critical illness when I have medical? So I think because a lot of people they are not informed, but it's normal. It's normal. This happens to everyone. That is why there are life planners out there. That is why Kingdom Group has life planners, and Kingdom Group is growing with life planners because a lot of people outside, sometimes it's misinformation. Sometimes it is not really understanding how the whole insurance thing works, right? So when it comes to critical illness, it's totally different compared to medical. Yes, when a critical illness hit you and you have to be hospitalized, you will utilize your medical. But what happens if you are in the hospital for say 6 months to a year, because nowadays, I mean, standard critical illnesses like stroke, heart attack, will keep you off work. You will not be able to work for easily 6 months to a year. So that is what critical illness is for. It is to actually give you a lump sum of money, all right, so that you can continue paying your monthly commitments. Or if really you feel that I don't want to pay for my monthly commitments, I want to take the lump sum of money to do something else, that is entirely up to the person's choice, right? So this is the third point. So we have talked about insurance. What is insurance? Insurance is protection, it is medical, and it is critical illness. Critical illness, it encompasses so many things. Even blindness is part of critical illness. So there are so many things that when a new life planner coming to join us as well, then they realize there are certain things listed under critical illness which they don't know before, they go like, wow. So it's normal for all of us out there, to not know in detail what is it. So it's okay to approach, anybody from Kingdom Group or even me, so that you will know what are all these things, right? So we have already talked about critical illness. So protection, medical, critical illness. The fourth one will be generally people buy insurance, or people put a premium for insurance, is for retirement as well as savings. Okay. Now, why do people? Let's talk about savings first. Why do people put aside money for savings when you can save in your normal savings account, or you can save in your normal current account, or now specifically we're talking about savings, because a lot of people realize that when they put money in their savings account, I think that happens to a lot of us. Initially, when I tried using my savings account to save money, at that time I was a little bit less disciplined. It is very, very difficult, because when we put money in savings account, we have what we call the ATM card, right? So the ATM card is a very dangerous thing, because what does the ATM card stands for? Always taking money. So there we have it. When we are always taking money, it's a little bit hard to save, because we as humans, there will always be, I think I need the money for certain things. I need the money for certain things, or so hence people use insurance as a tool to save money as well. It's like a forced savings where you don't have an ATM card. And another thing about it is, let's talk about savings money in AIA against savings money in your savings account. Every month, every month, okay, every month, Mr. Fernando, Mr. Fernando saves 500, one in his bank, in his savings account, another one is with AIA. So in a year, he would have saved 6,000 in both accounts. Now, if he were to migrate to heaven, his savings account will give him 6,000 ringgit. Whoever is the beneficiary of that savings account will get 6,000 ringgit with a little bit of interest, because it's a savings account, right? Maybe 0.0 something. So whereas if the person saves with AIA, same, the person will not get 6,000 ringgit. The person will get 350,000 ringgit just by saving 6,000 a month. Sorry, just by saving 6,000 per annum, which translates to 500 a month. That is the difference. Why do people save in an insurance company? So that is the savings part. Now, let's talk about the retirement part. You know, why do people like me, so young, still save money for retirement? Because the facts are laid out bare. It's there for us to see. Majority of people, when they retire, they will have EPF, right? So when they withdraw from EPF, 70% of people who withdraw their EPF will finish their money within 3 years. 70% of people who take their EPF will finish their money within 3 years. So what happens? These are all retirees. I mean, they have lived a long life. They have experience in a lot of stuff, in a lot of life. They have a lot of life experience. Why will they finish their EPF money in 3 years? Think about it. Hello, Alex. Hi, Rish. Hi, Jasper. Yep, it's good to see all of you here. Huh? Yeah. So coming back to what I mentioned, how is it possible? Anyone want to give a comment? How is it possible? A retiree who withdraws their EPF, how can they finish their money in 3 years? I mean, how? Just how? I mean, have you ever thought about it? Hi. Yeah. Okay. Since everybody is still thinking, cracking their brain, thinking, how is it possible? Let me tell you one scenario. Okay. So this is not like to say that everybody will have this scenario, but studies have also found why retirees, 70% of them, finish their EPF money in 3 years. Because when we are retired, our children most probably, they are working or they just started work. And when they just started work, of course, the first thing they do, like how we experience life, we will have a car, as transportation so that we can go to work and everything. We will have a house, if not rent a place, or so when 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 being a parent, when you see that, alamak, kesian my my son is paying for his car, so and every month the salary he get just ngam ngam only. I think I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to suffer. So yeah, no planning, correct, EJ? So correct, Eugene. So what they will do is, I check my son's car loan how much, because he's not buying an expensive car. Definitely he don't buy an expensive car, right? So maybe he buys a Myvi because he just come out to work. And that one also he buy a second hand Myvi, maybe 18,000, 15,000. Okay. So now I see my EPF money. I have about close to 200,000, which is supposed for me which is supposed for the retiree. This close to 200,000 is for the retiree to live the next 15, 20 years, right? But he said, since my son's car loan is only 15,000, I see him so kesian. Never mind, I settle for him. So let's just talk about round figure lah, huh? 200,000. So the 200,000 after 15,000 the balance will be how much? 185. But now, if I only settle my son's car loan, not fair. What about my daughter? Have to settle also because we love equally, ma. Another 15,000, then 30,000 will be gone from your 200,000. Then you think, still got 170, ma. Still okay one. Never mind. You will go and see what are the other things that you can help them out with a little bit here and there. Because being a parent will always be like that. Whenever you see them a little bit susah, so you'll be like, ayo, cannot lah. If I can help them, I help them in any way. So slowly, without realizing, where did all my money go? So that is one example of why people still use insurance as a tool for retirement planning, because they know that their EPF money is not sufficient to last them, right? So there you have it: protection, medical, critical illness, savings, and retirement. Oh, hello, Alex. Okay, then comes, we have to understand insurance first, to know that why we don't need it. Then comes the fifth thing: personal accident, right? Personal accident insurance policies. Why do people buy it? They said, ah, I don't really see a need for it. I really don't see a need for it because, yeah, I live my life like that. Okay, everything is okay. Personal accident insurance, it is one of the cheapest policies, life policies. It's one of the cheapest insurance policies in market. It is one of the cheapest, but it doesn't mean it don't have its function. Let me share with you another example. Many years ago, we are not talking about which company lah. Many years ago, there was this lady, right? She even came out in the papers. She bought five life insurance policy. She bought five life insurance policy, and she was involved in an accident. So, thank goodness, never migrate to heaven. Still not, don't need to migrate to heaven. Maybe not on time, So then, but the unfortunate thing is, she lost a limb. That is so unfortunate. Things like this, they do happen. So she lost a limb. So when that happens, what will you do? Definitely, you will file a claim, right? So what happened is, she went and filed the claim, and the insurance company said, no, we cannot pay you because this doesn't fall under any of the policy. This claim does not fall under any one of the policies. So she made a big hoo-ha. I mean, we are just talking about life lah. We're just talking about instance things that happen in life. So of course it was very unfortunate for the lady. She made a very big hoo-ha, and but well, still cannot pay because she didn't purchase the cheapest insurance, which is the personal accident. Why? Why? So now the lady's situation, who is at fault? Or let's just say what happened now. Don't Let's not say who is at fault. Let's just say what actually happened, what exactly happened. But nobody knows. So I urge every one of us here, if we have purchased anything and we are not too sure and we need a review. I think a lot of my friends also ask me, Clement, every day talk about review. I said, but yeah, because if we don't, that is the most common thing, is it? Your life planners are like to do review. But well, that is what we do. You go and see a doctor also. Every year you do medical checkup. You are healthy, but why do you do medical checkup every year? Is your health review, right? It is your health review. So this is your financial health review, right? That is why we are doing a review. Okay, but coming back to my story, sorry, we got a little bit sidetracked. Coming back to my story, it is because, like I said, she don't have a personal accident policy. She didn't realize that life insurance policy pays out upon total permanent disability or death. So in her scenario, in her case, she is not total permanently disabled, and she didn't migrate to heaven. She lost one limb. Personal accident policies pays when you lose a limb, when you lose a digit, when due to an accident your height is shortened. Personal accident policy is the cheapest insurance policy, pays for all these things. But she was just not made aware. So There, so like we said now, protection. Okay, of course, personal accident comes under protection as well, but we try to 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 differentiate everything for you. So first and foremost, protection. Second, medical. Third, critical illness. Fourth, savings retirement. Fifth, personal accident. So these are all different elements of insurance, and all these five encompasses, last but not least, the sixth thing, which is estate planning. Once all these things are in place, then we think about estate planning. Or but there are also some people who say, let's just talk about estate planning, which is also not wrong. So insurance generally, it's we are actually now like tailors. When we go to a tailor, you take measurement. Everybody's hand length is different. The length of your legs are different. The width of your neck is your neck is different. So that is what exactly insurance policies do for you. Different people, different exposure, different risk, so different suitability. That is why our topic tonight is insurance, why you don't need it. We need to look at all these things, assess all these things, review all these things to see what you need, what you don't need, or if you don't need it at all altogether. All right. So estate planning, of course, involves a little bit more things. Is if we talk about will writing, then we talk about insurance trust. So there are so many other things when it comes to estate planning. Because will writing and insurance trust itself, it's will writing is very straightforward, where you write a will to leave everything that you have when you migrate to heaven, everything that you've left behind, how you want to distribute it. Right? Usually, excuse me, is for your my house who I want to give to, my cars who I want to give to, bank account A, give to who, pass on to who, bank account B, pass bank account C, bank account D, and the list goes on. Whereas your insurance trust, we talk about distribution of your insurance money. Today, I buy a policy, 5 million sum assured. I assign it to a trustee. And the day I migrate to heaven, trust money goes to trustee. Trustee will execute based on my insurance trust. Every year, I want to give. Okay, now today I will give my wife lump sum 500,000 out of the 5 million first. For her to settle some things. Every month, pay my wife 20,000. Give my children 2,000 a month as an expenses. Every year during Chinese New Year, Hari Raya or Deepavali, you know, give them an ang pao of 5,000 ringgit. So these are the things when it comes to insurance trust. So that is, like I said, item number 6, estate planning. So now, insurance encompasses all these things, everything, right? So yes, Alex, CFO, you call me very loud, with an exclamation mark. Hi, Alfred. Yeah. So now, I think those who are here, hi Zen Wong. So those who are here, we will actually know. Now we actually know what exactly is insurance. How is it broken down into different parts? So now let's talk about why you don't need it. Because this subject, I mean, before doing this coffee talk, thinking of wanting to talk about this also. Initially, I was thinking how to talk about it, because when different people, different different wants and different needs. Now, and now the market is no longer about, it is about what you need, but it is also about what you want to achieve, you know. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Insurance, it encompasses protection, medical, critical illness, savings retirement, personal accident, and of course, number 6, estate planning. So now let's talk about let's talk about what we set out to talk about. why you don't need it. Okay, I've written down I've some notes here. Okay, some people said, uh, I'm putting extra cash in the stock market. I don't need insurance because if I buy insurance, then I don't have extra money to invest in the stock market. So I believe if any one of us here, or if anyone who stayed from the beginning until now, when they listen to what the whole insurance encompasses, they will not make this statement, or they may think twice before they make this statement. It's not wrong to put money in the stock market, but there's also a term. Whenever people put money into the stock market, they always say, uh, what they always say this word, playing the stock market, right? So because when we put money in stock market, it's speculating. Of course, there are some people who also say, no lah, I buy blue chip stock only lah. I put the money inside, I wait 20 years lah. I mean, it is correct. That is also right. So it's like I said, it's different preferences, it's different risk appetite. But a lot of people, when they put money in the stock market, they are trying to speculate. So this is a completely different thing altogether. So if people who wants to put money in stock market and not in insurance, like I said, there's no right, there's no wrong, but make sure, but it will be better if the money you're going to put in the stock market, they are all extra money. That means if one day you lose everything, of course we don't hope you will lose, right? We hope that you make as much as possible. But if one day you lose everything because of putting in a stock market, you won't feel it. In a way, they have one term, don't sailang lah, right? Because that when you play the stock market, when you speculate, that is supposed to be extra money. Now that is I think one of the things that is here. Okay, so what are some of the other reasons? Okay, I don't have any dependents. I don't have any dependents, so I don't need life insurance. So these are also this is also one of the why some people feel they don't need it. I don't have any dependents. Is it I am only no, I'm a fresh grad. I'm a fresh grad. My car, my father's EPF money paid for me already, right? My father got EPF money, I got loan. My father see very kesian, pity my boy. My father paid for my car loan already, so that my car is free of loan, so no debt. Credit card I have, but I hardly use, so not much. House I haven't buy yet. I'm saving some money to buy, right? So I'm still staying with my parents because I want to save money to buy a house. So why do I need to buy life insurance? I don't have any dependents. Well, it's not entirely not true. Hi Jasper, that is very yeah. Well, that is not entirely not true. So if so this person, he thinks that he's got no dependents, he's got no credits, no mortgages, so there's no need to buy life insurance. No need for it lah. Those who agree, those here who agree with this person not buying life insurance, not buying insurance, because he feels he don't need it, please type one in your comment box, in the comment box. Please type one if you think it makes sense or not agreeing. Do we have any ones? For those that still think that he should purchase or should start some life insurance, please put two. So far quiet, huh? I think everybody is now very absorbed, and then they're thinking one or two. Now, I always I always love to tell, give real life scenario, and of course there are some stories along the along the years. I've been in this business, I've been in this industry, that I've learn as in, because we meet so many people, we listen to different stories, banyak cerita that we get. Now, if today I am young, and yes, I am exactly like how the boy say, I do not have any commitments and I do not have dependents. Insurance, why you don't need it? No, I don't need it. Excuse me. So my question today is, let's think about it a little bit deeper. Okay, if we're just saying if, not exactly what happen, but the I mean, nowadays, as the world progresses, and the food we put into our mouth, and our lifestyle, and so many other things, so our health will surely be affected in one way or the other lah. Okay, now today, if really something happens, you need to be hospitalized. Okay, you need to be hospitalized. I mean, of course, now simple procedure like appendicitis. Appendicitis, how much would it cost you? 15 to 20,000. Appendicitis, is it used to cost like 6 7,000, and now it costs 20,000 because of medical inflation, right? Or if it's a little bit more serious, you need to come up with 50,000, 100,000. Or let's just talk about the whole current COVID climate, the whole current COVID situation. We have seen, right, hospital bills ranging from 70,000 to 100,000 to 150,000 to 200,000. Now 300,000. You name it, they have the bill. So now, if because of COVID and the bill, let's not even talk about 300,000, and the bill is 150,000. If you are a young person, this fresh grad that we are talking about, how are you going to settle the bill? Now there are a few choices. First and foremost, first, your family. Ask your family to settle for you. Ask your family to settle for you. Okay? Family means father, mother, right? Or whoever siblings that want to help out as well. Second choice. Ask your relatives. Ask your relatives to help. Okay? Ask your relatives to help. Third choice, public. Go to public. Publish in newspaper. Say, I need 150,000 to settle my bill, and I need a donation. And fourth, you settle it yourself. You help yourself. If given a choice, which one will you prefer? So, some people may answer number one. Some people may answer number two. Some people may answer number three. Some people may answer number four. So now, based on your answers, that is your priority. That is your call to action. So that is why insurance, why you don't need it, is it varies. Different people varies. Even everybody who's here tonight, everybody, all 17 people, 18 people who are here tonight, not every one of us have the same needs, have the same wants, be it in our personal life as well as our work life. Each of us, our work-life balance, our work-life integration is all different. Cheers, Inget. right? So why don't we need insurance? Now let me see. This is a because this is a live sharing session. So anyone, everyone, please feel free to if there's any comment, if there's any that you want to put up here. I mean, if there's any questions, please feel free. Please feel free. This is this is what this type of live sessions are for. Okay. Hi, April. April is also here. Good to see all of you on a beautiful, chilly Wednesday evening. Oh, John, you're here. Hi, John. Sorry, I missed it. Hi, John Chua. Hi, Elaine. Yeah. Hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Right? Okay. What are some of the other things that they say they don't need it? Oh, this one. I don't need it because I've never been seriously ill or injured. Makes sense also. Does it not make sense? I have never been seriously ill or injured. Hence, I don't need it. Why would I need it? Right? Because based on your track record, you don't need it. Or even if the person now is 45 years old or even 50 years old, is it bro? My whole life 50 lah, 50 lah. Let's simple. Is it bro? My whole life, I bro, my whole life 50 years already. I've never been seriously ill. I've never been injured. And now, if I want to buy insurance at 50 years old, buy medical, wow, the premium, I tell you, high. Oh. So, now, so I think I don't need that because I'm willing to take the risk. I can take a chance, right? Some people think like that. So, people who are in our industry, we don't tell you what to do. I really don't tell you what to do. Even life planners from Kingdom Group, we don't tell you what to do. We just share with you what we know and what we see and what we experience. Then the decision is up to you. But the most important thing is I need to share this with you first. You give me a chance to share, I share, then you decide. If you think tak ada perlu, no need. If you think so you, 唔使做. But now, 50 years you didn't purchase and you have never been seriously ill or injured. You've took a risk for 50 years. How many more years do you want to carry this risk? And you know, and now based on statistics, usually people will fall ill later in their life, of course. Of course, now they will be like you see 30-year-old, 35-year-old getting heart attack now is a little bit more normal. But those days, where got 30 years old kena heart attack one? No such thing. 50 years old and above got lah. But now, we are living in the present already. You've already taken a risk for 50 years. Do you want to take the risk for another 30, 40, or even another 50 years? So the premium is high because of your age. A lot of people mistaken insurance premium and they say they mistaken it for being expensive. Actually, it's not. Because premiums are calculated based on sum assured and age. So it is not expensive. It is just higher because your exposure is higher. So do you still want to take a risk? Because based on what the actuarial people, the actuaries calculated, the actuaries, the backroom people, the actuaries, they are the ones who calculate your premiums. So your risk must be higher. That is why your premium is higher. It's not expensive. It's higher because your risk is higher. Because if your risk is low, then your premium will be same like a 35-year-old. Right? So like I said again, we share all these things, then it's for you to decide whether you need it or you don't need it, right? So there are so many questions. Hi, Danny. There are so many questions that you know are unanswered also because some people they when they look at it, it's not that some people it's not that they are stubborn, but it's just that they don't realize because all this while they have been at things from one side, and when they look at it from another side, suddenly they realize and then they say like, oh my goodness, bro, so many years I've been looking at it like that. I think I really should do something about it. But there are also people who say like, yeah, all this just the way I'm looking at it is not wrong because we do have investment bankers, friends who only buy term insurance, they believe. So this is another topic which is I think if we touch on a topic, it'll be another 2 hours before I say bye bye to you all. So yeah, so maybe that we can do it on a one-to-one basis for people who wants consultation on their financial health. Because like I said, we are like tailors. You give us a budget, we work with the budget to see how to maximize the benefits for you, right? Insurance is not expensive. Insurance can be a little bit higher, the premiums, because of your risk exposure. Huh? And and that is why we really need for people who have not done financial health review or some people may say financial health check, you have to get it done because like when you go and see when you have a fever you go and see a doctor, you have a fever, the doctor said you consult the doctor because it's a medical doctor because of your fever, doctor said now for this fever you have to take Panadol, then sleep, then rest. That is what the health doctor do. The financial doctor, okay, now based on all the policy review that we've done, your exposure is 2 million, your sum assured is only 1.5 million. Or let's just say your exposure is 2 million, your sum assured is 2 million. Very good. It's very, very good. So this is just nice enough to cover everything. But now, remember protection just now I talked about the very first part, protection against all your debtors, right? So it's all your loans settled. Then what about gift of love? Are you planning for your family to continue living when you migrate to heaven? Or where are the funds for monthly sustaining their income, for monthly sustaining their lifestyle is going to come from, right? So sometimes some of these questions they may and they is to let you think lah, right? Like sometimes certain questions when I say I may seem very serious. Yes, I'm serious, but it doesn't mean that I am upset or angry or no, but these are all serious questions that we should be thinking about. Because if not, why do we want to be successful? Why do we work so hard to be successful? So by being here tonight, everybody by being here tonight, coming in for this topic, insurance, why you don't need it. Now you know what is insurance. And then you will have to think about whether you need it or not, or which of the six that you need. That is very, very good. Right? But coming back to the question, now, why do we work so hard every day? Why? If you have 2 million protection to cover your loans of 2 million and you never at least create another fund for gift of love, that means for sustaining your family's lifestyle or life per se, why do you work so hard to be successful? Then might as well you don't work so hard to be successful. Might as well we just Don't even because if we are not so successful, then maybe our exposure will be less, and then we can live a normal life, and where our expenses also don't have to be so much. But for all the successful people here, I mean, I can see most of the people here are very, very successful. Thank you for coming in to, I'm humbled, for you all to come in to for my sharing, for this live chat, live show. For all the successful people, please really think. I know all of you all plan for, your life, you plan for a lot of things. But there are also some questions that sometimes we may not think about, certain scenarios we may not think about because we are busy with what we do, and then we are busy with our work. And a lot of times I am guilty of that as well. I'm guilty of that as well. There are certain things that I don't think about until something like that, an incident like that, happens to people around me. Then I will think about it. Yeah, because we have no experience how to think about it when it never even crossed your mind also, right? So yeah, so that is why, you know having a lot of friends, and communicating with friends, and having peers in our industry, that is why I like to really reach out and share my story, as well as listen to the stories shared by all of us here, so that we get new stories. That means it's a new experience, it's new exposure. Then we can think about a solution, if we think we need a solution. Because if there's a problem and there's a solution, we always think about the solution, not about the problem, right? Because problems exist every day in our lives. So every day we have to think about solutions for our personal life, for our work life, and keep on solving problems, because new and new problems will arise. But having problems is also not a bad thing. It shows that we are advancing, we are living every day. The day you don't have problem means you would have migrated to heaven already, right? So yeah, so there you have it. I think maybe let's just share another why I don't need another. Yeah, one very common thing is people said, I cannot afford it right now. I can't afford it right now. I don't really need it in the first and foremost. I don't really need it. But at the same time, if at this point in time I think I need it, I can't afford it. So, what do you all guys think about this statement? I mean, there's, like I said, there's no right, there's no wrong. But what I need you to see, and I need you to, and I want you to be able to comprehend this situation. Now I don't need it, and also I'm a little bit tight. Like I can't afford it currently right now. Not at the moment, not yet. Which is fair, I understand. But you just tell me. You just have to tell me when. When is a good time to come and talk to you? Because I'm doing this as a friend, really. If I don't treat you as a friend, when you said you don't need it, you cannot afford it, I'll just, okay, thank you very much, shake your hand, and I'll leave. But because I'm your friend, and I can see what are you exposed to, that is why I will ask you, when is a good time to come and talk to you? All right. For employees, if today your boss say next month onwards 10% pay cut, 20% pay cut lah, what will you do? Will you straight away leave the company and tell your boss, never mind boss, I don't want to work already, thank you very much, get yourself a new manager? You won't. You will still continue with that job, but you will just make cost savings on other things in your life, right? That's for employees. For employers, you will also find ways, when your profit is reduced, you will also find ways to do cost saving one. Like just now that incident, tell your employee 20%, pay cut off, but life still goes on, right? Life still goes on. But now, if you migrate to heaven, can your family afford to take 100% pay cut or not? If the answer is no, then let's just see what is the minimum amount you're comfortable with now, right? That is the least we can do as a friend, because this is life lah. I mean, this whole insurance business is not. We're not talking about. It's yes, it's life insurance, but generally, right? We are actually talking about life. It's not so much of you having to buy a policy from me for the sake of buying a policy. No, we're talking about life. Everything we sit down, we talk about it, and then we explore how do we solve this problem, how do we solve that problem, and what are the good things that's happening, right? So, yeah, it's been almost an hour, so I do not want to take up too much of your time already, and I think that everybody also enjoyed Kingdom Group Coffee Talk insurance. Why you don't need it, right? So I think any questions from the floor before we wrap it up? Yeah, I put on FB also my picture, the poster. I said, come and listen. Previously got hair, now no hair already. Initially, I just thought of cutting bald for just for a while, but now quite used to it and actually quite enjoy having it this way. Right. So, any questions from the floor? Yes. Hi, everybody. It's really good. It's really good for you guys to come in here. I really appreciate everyone making time. Right. So, if there is no questions from the floor, then I think it's best I will say thank you very much for tonight. Thank you, Sri Lestari. Thank you very much. I am humbled that you dapat perkongsian ni. So yeah, so thank you very much for attending Kingdom Coffee Talk. Like I mentioned, it's happening every Wednesday at 8:30. So I hope that everybody will come on board again next week Wednesday, because we also have something very special again. Every Wednesday is something special, because we want to give as much value as we can when we come online, right? So thank you everybody. So I hope that everybody continue to stay safe, stay healthy, even though now the restrictions are starting or slowly easing up. But please, even if we are fully vaccinated with 2 doses, right? When we go out, please be safe. Please stay safe, not only for ourselves, but for people around us. So thank you very much, and I thank you very much once again. I really hope that everybody enjoyed the session, this live chat, because I really enjoy it. So, and I will see everybody again very soon. Thank you very much, and take good care. I'll see everybody next week. Cheers. Bye.